What is up, everybody? I hope you're doing really well today. I know I am. It is Wednesday. We have made it halfway through the week, and now you know it's time for Bdub's Brew Review, episode 6. Yeah, that's right, everybody. I can't believe we're already at episode 6. Super happy to be bringing you more episodes. Got to say a big shout out to my Twitch community. Thank you so much. We are growing. We're doing it. Thank you so much to Facebook Live. You guys are watching videos. I'm going to continue to make them. And also fantasy football, my favorite team. Los Huevos, best fantasy football team. Thank you guys for always watching. I love you. Thank you for the support. Enough with the mushy shit. Let's get to the beer. All right, so today we have the battle of the ales. In the first corner, we have Newcastle Brown Ale, now brewed by Heineken, but by Lagunitas in Chicago and Petaluma. And in the second corner, we have Belhaven's Scottish Ale, not brewed by Heineken or Lagunitas or in Chicago or Petaluma. It's actually brewed out of Scotland. But before we get to the tasting, I gotta get the warning out of the way. You know the one. It's episode 6. So let's get after it. All of you under 21 youngins, why are you interested in beer? Don't know, don't care. This show is not for you. Is Barney still a thing? If you ain't 21 or older, it's time for you to leave. Bdub's Brew Review does not condone underage drinking. Damn kids, stay away from my beer. You have been warned. Okay, to tonight's contenders. We have Newcastle Brown Ale. Oh, a bit of fun, ain't it? Wait, Petaluma in Chicago. Never mind. Versus Belhaven's Scottish Ale. Oh, laddie, let's give it a go. I'm actually excited to get to tonight's brews. I am a big ale fan. And I was asked to do ales by a viewer. That's right, contact me on Instagram or Facebook at Brandon Bdub or at Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Brandon Bdub. And yes, coming soon to YouTube. Come on out and say what's up on Wednesdays right here on the Brew Review, and on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Come and check out your favorite local house DJ, yours truly, Bdub. With the bass booming beats. First up, we have Newcastle Brown Ale. This is a reimagined, yes, reimagined. Like I said, it's with Heineken now, and it's actually being brewed out of Lagunitas in both Chicago and Petaluma. This is a smooth, crisp, slightly roasty, and hoppier beer that's not too bitter, not too sweet, and altogether uncommon. And you know what? To be honest, I haven't had one in a long time, so I'm kind of curious about tasting this new recipe. It is a relaunch of one of my favorites. In fact, I remember drinking this ale at the bowling alley. That's what people my age used to do when they were just over 21. And it had always been one of my favorites. Great off of the tap, and loved it ever since. So it'll be interesting to see the way this one goes. Before we do anything, let's get to the stats. It is a brown ale, duh. There is 4.7% alcohol by volume. 28 IBUs. Not too harsh. And only 131 calories a bottle. Mild cardio will help you with that. So let's get to the taste test. Let's crack this egg, shall we? First, new glass. Second, need the beer. Okay, let's pour it. Definitely nice color. Now that's a brown ale. It's got great color. The smell reminds me of Newcastle, but now the taste. All right, I'm definitely hit with that classic Newcastle taste. The flavor is there, but there is something different about it. Very enjoyable. It's got great drinkability. That's what we judge on. Taste, drinkability. It's hoppier. That's what it is. It's definitely hoppier. It doesn't have the old school malt, but it's not an IPA hoppiness. There's a little bit more bitter to it and a little less malt. That's the only difference that I can taste from the old recipe. That is definitely a good beer, and with summer coming up with that extra crispness, this would be a good beer to drink in the warmer weather, whereas before, I always enjoyed Newcastle during the winter because of that malt flavor. Lagunitas out of Heineken, brewing Newcastle, you did a good job. So overall, what would I give it? I'm gonna give the new recipe 4 out of 5 beer bellies. That's right, 4. So it is a 4 out of 5 beer bellies. I really did enjoy this. It is different. I think if it had a little bit more of that malt, it probably would have got a higher rating, but this is definitely a very, very good beer. I feel like it is Newcastle reimagined a bit with a little bit of a hoppier flavor to it. They did a good job. I enjoyed it. Cheers. Pardon me. So next up we have a different ale. It is Belhaven's Scottish Ale, obviously based out of Scotland. This brewery actually dates from 1719. and they tout that it has lots of biscuity malt character from the best Scottish malted barley, toffee and caramel taste with a fresh herbal and resin hop notes, a smooth and rich nutty Scottish ale. Let's get to the stats. We have 5.2 alcohol by volume, nice. Also with 28 IBUs, on par with the Newcastle. However, we have more calories. In fact, we have 195 calories. So some more cardio, perhaps some CrossFit. Anyways, let's get to it and crack this heavy egg. Fresh glass, heathens. Oh, I did not realize that this was nitrous. Got a nice smooth smell to it. Let's give it a pour. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like dirty dishwater. Oh, there she is. Yep, definitely had to give it a minute. Very nice amber, darker red ruby ale. Let's get to the taste test. Okay, that first sip, very smooth like a Guinness, but a lot lighter taste than a Guinness. Has more of a creaminess to it. It's not so effervescent. It's got a nice malty flavor. It's actually kind of funny. I wish this malt was in the Newcastle, and the Newcastle's effervescence was a little bit more in this Belhaven. I mean, because it's got a great flavor, a really good flavor, but it's very, very mild on the effervescence. I know it's the nitrogen, but it feels like it could still have just a little more to it. Yeah, once you get past that nitrogen sensation and that nice maltiness, it goes very flat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give the Belhaven Scottish Ale 3.5 beer bellies. So 3.5 beer bellies. And look, the reason why I'm giving it 3.5 beer bellies and not 4, and it's not a tie with the Newcastle, is simply the effervescence isn't there. It's very smooth. It has a really nice, rich flavor, that maltiness that I really enjoy. It's not too hoppy. I mean, in fact, they have the same IBU content, but the hops are really rounded out by the smoothness of the nitrogen and the malt. But after that uptake of the nitrogen, it just tastes like a flat ale, although a nice malty but flat ale. So today's winner is Newcastle at 4 out of 5 beer bellies versus Belhaven Scottish Ale at 3.5 out of 5 beer bellies. Now everybody, this is just my opinion. You may want to try both of these beers. Like I said, they both have great flavor. It's just for me, that more beer experience is going to have a little bit more effervescence to it. Going to have the bubbles, everybody. Gotta have the bubbles. And with the Belhaven Scottish Ale, even though it's got a little bit higher of an alcohol content and a much higher calorie content, it would have been great if they could get that just a little bit more effervescent. I understand it's nitrogen, so there's going to be differences. It just falls flat. But Newcastle, thank you so much for coming through. Actually, Lagunitas or Heineken. I don't know which one. Anyways, Newcastle wins it for today. Thank you so much for coming out and checking out this week's edition of Bdub's Brew Review, episode number 6. I hope you all enjoyed it. It is Wednesday thing, that's what we do. But also remember to come out here on Saturday nights on Twitch from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. and check me out. I am your favorite local house DJ, spinning those bass booming beats. And always remember, bless the pub, O Lord we pray. Keep it open night and day. Bless the lager and the stout by the neck or as poured out. Bless them all, now come what may, and send them home at the end of the day. Live life and drink beer.